Hi, I'm Mike Webster for the Leaf Program. Just caught me there sliding my drawing. This is for Chris and Tracy who are doing their trainers training. And what I'm going to be talking about is my lesson plan. This is an old lesson plan. In fact, it's not actually. It's from 2019, so it's the most recent one I've done. Okay. So what I want you to do, Chris and Tracy, is when you prepare your lesson plans, you can put whatever logo you want at the top. It's your lesson plan. Okay. It says top left-hand corner. Lesson plan, NLP, therapeutic coaching, advanced communication, HMS therapy, practitioner training. Okay, and then it says a trainer, which is me, Martin Webster, course to teach them NLP, hypnotherapy, coaching, and HMS therapy. Qualification. So after the 5-day course or 5-evening course, whatever you're going to run, there will be a HMS therapy, coaching, NLP, practitioner. All right, so they'll be trained in hypnotherapy, coaching, NLP, and HMS therapy. Their qualifications will be with the Association of Therapeutic NLP, Association of Therapeutic Coaching, Association of Therapeutic Hypnosis, and also HMS therapy. So they'll be registered on all those websites as accredited practitioners. The dates then, this was the last course I'd done, so I've got 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th of August 2019. What was it? It was the timings was from 9 till 4 o'clock every day. Duration was 5 days, so Monday to Friday. Critical assessment. All delegates must demonstrate the ability to use HMS therapy. Advanced. Let me just check I'm plugged in at the back a minute. Yeah, good. Sorry about that. And trainer's intention to teach the key fundamental skills of HMS therapy, NLP, and hypnotherapy. Okay, so why learn the fundamentals of NLP and hypnotherapy? The key to success as a therapist is learning how to use NLP and hypnotherapy correctly. Okay, how are they going to, so how am I going to do that? So I'm going to use PowerPoint presentation. I'm going to use live demonstrations, right? So that's how I'm going to do it. What am I teaching? So the reason why we go through what, why, and how, that's really important as trainers that you recognize that, is we understand the subject matter, we sell it to them. Yep. We explain to them why they're learning it. Okay, so asking them why do they want to become a therapist, and well, if you want to become a therapist, this is why you need to learn this. All right, and how we're going to do it. So we do it through PowerPoint. They're the aids that we use. We use live demonstrations and live training. So they'll be working with each other in the room, or you'll be working, letting them work on you, so you can assess them going through the therapy process. All right, if it's only a one-on-one training. Obviously, it's better if you've got 2 on a training, because then they can work together and you don't have to go through therapy all week. Okay, so phase 2. So you've got phase 1, phase 2. Phase 2 is the personal transformation. So think about the courses in 2 stages. The first part of the course, so that homework I've set you to do your first lesson plan is just for day 1. Think about it this way. Day 1, you've got to get everything in NLP and the tennis ball technique. So they've done a bit of basic hypnosis. So when it comes for them to use their intervention of HMS therapy, they're all over it. They're just reading a script, and then they're applying the skills that you've taught them using the PowerPoint on the first day. So the first day is death by PowerPoint, really. I shouldn't say that, but there's a lot of PowerPoint presentations with a little bit of exercises thrown in to just break it down, because there's nothing worse than sitting there just being PowerPoint, which pretty much was my trainer's training. Okay, so phase 2, once you've got all the PowerPoint stuff out of the way, then you can start to get into live training. So what I usually do on my first day is I do all of the lessons in the morning, learn about NLP, learn about matching, mirroring, rapport, get them to do tennis ball technique. And then in the afternoon, I get them to do, I let them watch me do a demonstration. So late afternoon, so probably about 3 o'clock, the last hour, I'm going to do a demonstration where I get somebody out and do HMS therapy. And then that way you leave them on a cliffhanger. So the next day they want to learn this because they've just seen it and someone's just experienced it as well. All right. So it's really important that you do that. So phase 2 then is live exercises. So all practitioners must demonstrate the ability to use HMS therapy effectively. So you could get them doing on the second day, like 5 questions, get them to use the 5 questions just to get them in practicing using the NLP language, the HMS Therapy language. Okay, so day 1 then is do an icebreaker. I tell you what's a good icebreaker is the passing the ball video. All right, if you haven't seen it, it's on my but I would use that to do an icebreaker. I did a teaching last night, an NLP course, and when I was teaching it, I threw that on first, and straight away I had everybody hooked because nobody could believe that they experienced what they experienced through using the counting the balls. All right, so you know what I'm talking about there as trainers. All right, so do an introduction of yourself, how you got into this, your journey. Don't go on and on and on. In your head, the more you waffle, right, you've got 10 minutes on each slot. Simple as that. Yeah, you've got 5 days. You've got plenty of time to have a good conversation with them and tell your stories. All right, so don't just belt feed them on the first. Think in your head, right, I want to get all the PowerPoint stuff done today on the first day. All right, demonstration. Okay, so therapy demonstration on day 1. I don't know why I've put that there because that doesn't go in on day 1. So first of all is delicates. Why, what, got. If you look at the practitioner manuals I've designed for you, the first question is, why are you here? What are you most proud of? And what do you want to achieve from the course? Something like that, all right? Just to get them thinking about themselves. Get them then talking about themselves in the room, sharing who they are. All right, so then talk about the theory of NLP, a brief history of any NLP. Think of Bandler, Grindler, go back even further, Fritz Perls, Virginia Satir, Milton Erickson, the masters, the people that this is all ascended from. Talk about myself, the person who trained me, Mick Stott, the person who trained him, David Shepherd, and Dr. Tad James. So you can mention the history of how, and then obviously I've trained you guys. So you're now in that sort of pyramid of people that are passing on this knowledge. Okay. And if you're going to go right far back, you go back to Carl Jung and Aristotle and pieces like that. So you can go back as far as you want. It's your training, all right? So remember not to overload them, right? That there's a lot to take in on this course, so that less is more. Okay, theory of NLP, and then you want to be teaching the prime directives of the unconscious mind. All right, prime directives of the unconscious mind. You want to be teaching the presuppositions of NLP. Just follow the PowerPoint that I've done. Just follow it the way it is. You want to teach NLP communication model. You want to teach reticular activating system, RAS. You want to teach NLP and hypnotherapy, tennis ball technique. So think of day 1, right? Your main aim is to get them working together as a team, practicing rapport, mirroring, matching, crossover matching, and also practicing the tennis ball technique. All right, getting them to go in. They're reading a script. You can put the slide up on the board, or you can give them handouts. You might want to make the tennis ball technique a little bit longer. You want to make it shorter. It's up to you. All right, it's your course. All right, so think of day 1. All you've got to achieve is basically get all those slides in about the NLP, presuppositions of NLP, prime directives, the unconscious mind, all of that. Once you've got all that done, tennis ball technique, and that's it. All right, don't overcomplicate it. You've got 5 days for these people. If you've got evenings, you're just going to have to cram it in a bit more. But just stick an extra evening training on if you have to, if they're not getting it. All right. So on the training plan, then it says timings on one column. Next is content. Then it's trainers' activities, practitioners' activities, assessment criteria. So I want you to put in there what you're assessing them on. All right. So when it comes to doing the tennis ball technique, you're listening to their tones. You're watching their rapport. Are they sitting forward? Are they like this with this? So I would assess them on their basic tonality, because that's the area that you want to work on before they go into HMS therapy. Get the tennis ball technique right, and the rest of the week will just flow. Okay. So Tracy and Chris, I want you to make this lesson plan that's right for you, okay? Because you're going to be reading it on the other day. It's not going to be me, all right? So long as this works for you, all right? That's how I'm assessing on this call, is as a trainer, is so long as this works for you and you can get all your content in and deliver it really well, then it's fine. And for Chris, coming from the military perspective, big learnings that I've had, right, is when we was in the military, it was monkey see, monkey do. Okay, so you've got 4 students. I mean, I've had up to 6, 8 students in the room doing a full 5D practitioner training. You're going to get a problem child student. And obviously, when we was in the military, they all got punished for somebody who wasn't sort of catching up. Unfortunately, now we're working in the holistic world, Chris. So as therapists, you need to let them have their journey. All right. I've had a British Army officer literally flip up a laptop and sit there and be doing not Instagram, doing LinkedIn, and said he was too busy to listen to the lessons, but he could do 2 things at once. I knew that wasn't possible. And by day 3, everything inside of me, especially him being military as well, wanted to scream at him and say, put the laptop down, you're on a training, right? And go back to military way of teaching. You can't. If they're paying for their training, you've just got to suck it up. It's down to them. If they're paying for their course, at the end of the week, if he can't do HMS therapy, if he can't apply the rapport, the skill, can't get rapport with someone, can't show love and empathy in working with someone, you don't qualify them. You just say, I'm really sorry, you haven't made the grade. All right. So it's your course, right? They're there to prove to you, not the other way around. So focus totally on if you're military, lose the military instructor, which is the hardest bit to do. And if you are, big shout out to, is that Rahman? I hope I'm spelling it. Rahman Ahmed. Thank you for joining us. So if you're a military instructor and you're learning to come into the holistic world, teaching NLP and hypnotherapy, you've really got to tone your language down. And I remember a point where I was training this army officer, and I was really cross with him. And then I spoke to somebody I was training, and they said, look, who was my trainer, just said, let him have his journey. You know, he probably still thinks he's an army officer. He sees you as still a corporal, so he doesn't really want to be taking instruction from you. So basically, keep you cool as the trainer. You're the guy in charge. You're the guy that's signing certificates at the end of the week. I worked with a doctor years ago, and the doctor basically started doing therapy with somebody, and then all of a sudden realized that it was an area that he wasn't prepared to go there himself, and it was in relationships. He was having relationship problems. He just left the client, just got up and walked out. So I couldn't certify that doctor. I certified them in NLP and certified them in hypnotherapy, but they failed the course on the fact that they couldn't make the grade of finishing with the client. And this is a GP. So I was a little bit disappointed in that person. But at the end of the day, give me every opportunity to pass you. You know, you as trainers now, give me every opportunity to pass you. You have to prove to me that you can teach this, all right, for me to certify you at the end of the course. But the same thing with the practitioners. If you've got to the end of your trainer's training, you've passed, all right, you don't be ruthless with people. You know, give them the opportunity. Give me the opportunity to pass you. You know, if they need extra training, get over your own ego and come back to me at the end of the night, and I'll work with you. I'll do an extra hour with you if you need that coaching. In the day, it gives you so much more of a buzz to get someone qualified at the end of the week. And as you two have gone on to do, is go and have your clients and make money from it. So to make money and to help people change their lives, it's a win-win situation. So big shout out to Rahman Ahmed. Thank you for joining us, and good luck. God bless.